We have Yordenis Ugas, the defending WBA heavyweight champion. He's about to get on the scales, guys. All starched and shredded to make weight, obviously. $147 for Ugas. You got Manny. Manny's on the scale. Manny coming in at 146. 147 for Yordenis Ugas. 146 for Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. So, guys, we have a fight. Nobody's over the limit. Everybody came in at the right limit. So, Corey McKnight, yo, Kurt, much love from Vegas. Counterpunch to you. That's where everything is going down. I'll be doing this live right here. We'll start. Evening matey. Mark, counterpunch to you, brother. Now let's check out the face-off, okay? Because that's the only thing left is a face-off. You know what I noticed? They had their press conference yesterday. Or was it the day before yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Merle Dixon, what up, Kurt? Live with the mic. Absolutely. Look at Manny. Hello, everybody. I am Manny. I love everybody. Everybody have a good day. I am ready to fight. Yordenis Ugas, he is tall, bald. He has he's black, and he speaks Spanish. I speak Tagalog. What's your prediction and who wins? I don't know. If it's a close fight, Ugas will lose because he's fought close fights and he's lost before. So if he can lose to Sean Porter, he'll lose again. They're not face to face. They're practicing social distancing. They're about 4 feet apart though. And farther away, Manny looks taller. If you guys notice. You know, Yordenis Ugas looking like he's a major member of Abacuá. I said it, El Guano. El Guano. We got the interpreter for Yordenis Ugas. Had to do some chores today. Search and destroy, absolutely. Yeah, the way he speaks is funny until he gets in the ring. Man, he still has it. We will see how good he is. I mean, he's always going to give you a good show. Knockout or not, you know, win, lose, or draw, that's Manny. Manny's going to be Manny. You got Manny down, Kurt. Yeah. You know, Manny, I've been hearing him for years, you know. You notice something sad though. I mean, we don't hear about, Cuba. We don't hear about Cuba anymore, right? Like free Cuba, none of that. That was kind of like up and then it was just out, you know? So I guess they killed everybody that was protesting. Go figure. Ugas' bicep looks fine to me. Dude looks cut, don't he? That is something I noticed. Yeah, his fucking arms were a lot bigger than, like, yo, what have you been doing? You didn't miss curl day, right? At the end, and to think Pacquiao was supposed to fight Spence tomorrow. Yeah, I know, right? But this is the way it should go, people. Some things happen the way they happen. Yes, it's pay-per-view still. It's going to be pay-per-view. This is Fox. Remember, Fox is not doing anything without people paying. You're going to pay. This is going to be on Manny Pacquiao ain't gonna be on free TV, people. Sorry, unless he signs some huge fight with his own, which I doubt that. Big Balls, counterpunch to you. Salute. I guess I'm ordering it. You see Freddie Roach there. Him and Boo Boy. Boo Boy and Freddie. The elite team of Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Could very well be the last time Manny makes the walk. Gotta tune in. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Because Manny, we have to respect this, and understand Manny's in his 40s and he's fighting elite fighters. This is not a legendary league fight, okay? This isn't a resurrection fight for Manny. Manny's been doing it since how long he's been doing it? What, 25 years or something like that? Because he's been fighting a long time. Where was Manny? Where was Manny Pacquiao in 98, 99? Y'all wasn't saying throw him in there with Floyd Mayweather then. Where was he at then? 96, 97, 98. Where did he just come from? He just came out of nowhere. You guys didn't notice his head just grew? He just moving up and waiting and running through fucking fighters? Yeah, I was moving up, but I wasn't walking through no damn fighters. I like Yordenis Ugas with his chin. I reckon he could win by unanimous. He could, or he could lose by unanimous. I mean, this is Manny Pacquiao, and if Manny Pacquiao looks impressive and he does what he's supposed to do, he's the fan favorite. He's the A-side. He's the guy that people came to see, and if he puts on a hell of a performance, Ugas can fight his ass off, but that doesn't mean he's going to win a decision. Let's just keep it real. And I'm keeping it really real. Okay? What's going on with that man's bicep? He's just got a big oversized bicep. It's called overdevelopment. That's what it's called. You ever seen somebody with massively big arms, because that's all they do is fucking work out at the gym, and their arms, are a big upper body and little skinny ass chicken legs? That's the same shit. That means you overwork muscles and they're a lot bigger, and so your body is unproportioned. He's like Popeye the Sailor Man. Popeye had the big forearms and shit. Popeye. Yeah, he's like Popeye the Sailor Man. He just has popped out ass biceps. I wasn't just walking through no damn fighters. He's just gonna walk through Kodo. He ain't walking through no fighters. Look at Casemiro representing the Philippines. Para mabuti. Got Casemiro. Manny's the new form, and I still want to see him fight Spence. I don't know, man. Who did Casemiro flip off? Hey, I bet you. Look at Michelle Joy Phelps is back there. Michelle's hot. She's a real beautiful woman. And she's a lot darker than I thought she was. She's not Spanish at all. She's like Native American. Because I was talking to her when we were all over there with Haney and Linares. So I met her then. But y'all know she's hella dark. Maybe she just, I don't know. She tans really well. Yeah. Michelle Fire Phelps. Yeah, she's hot. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna take it away from her. She does what she does. But yeah, sex sells. That's why. Why do you think my intros are the way they are? Because people like to see that. Why do you think there's ring card girls? People like to see that. I mean, that's what it is. If they didn't like to be seen, they wouldn't be in the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? It sells. Joe Joyce has a similar bicep, one smaller than the other. I don't know what happened with Ugas, but with Joyce. He injured it years ago and it didn't fully recover. Check the weigh-in with Takam. Yeah, I think. But when you rip a bicep though, it's like a fat piece of meat and it will look crazy. I'm just thankful. Well, I have ripped muscles. I ripped these muscles doing like a skipping roundhouse. I ripped like all of them all the way up, and I couldn't move. It sucked. It was very very bad because I had just booked this role and I was training like a freaking idiot and doing stuff that I wouldn't even stretched and prepared to do, and I did it and I ripped all those oblique muscles right here. I ripped my right chest before it killed. Yeah, I ripped mine too. Actually, my chest like in '06. Hold on just a second, guys. Damn, how long did this fight take to heal? How long did it take to? About 3 months. I mean, for me to start, like fully about 6, but about 2. I couldn't move in 2 months. It had healed, but I had KT tape all over it and shit. Hold on just a second, guys. I am back, guys. So the weigh-in is officially over. And we have a fight. So no drama, no disappointments. They're getting it on tomorrow night. I just wanted to share that with you guys, wanted to go live with you. So since we were here, they're showing more Michelle. Okay. I guess the cameraman is like, yeah, Michelle. And that's like, I'm looking at, think this looks like fight hypes. But then you're following Michelle around. Hmm. I think the cameraman has something for Michelle, right? Corey McKnight, appreciate that counterpunch, brother. Half a year for full recovery. Holy shit, that's no joke. Yeah. Wow, they cut away before Errol Spence got to weigh in. Yeah, I know, right? Just give Michelle a good Philip. I know, right? Pac looks skinny. Wonder how much he weighed in. I don't know. I mean, I don't think Pacquiao actually. I don't think he comes in real heavy. I honestly don't. I think he comes in at. I think he has to overeat to make weight. I mean, that's the word around the campfire. So, like to see you interview more pro boxers, Kurt. Who, if you could be, would be your pick to interview? UK loves your channel, by the way. Matthew Moore, counterpunch to you, brother. Appreciate it. um, AJ White, Usyk would be good. You'd have to have an interpreter for those type. Joe Joyce would be a good one. Yo Pack was 140. Yeah, he came in at 146. No problem. I didn't know I could do that. I will try something else. Yeah, yeah, that KT tape does wonders. Are you better now, bro? Chris, I'm still recovering, man. Like this shit's like it's subtle. Like I had like another migraine last night. Dude, I tell you, it's no joke. It's really no joke. Like the last couple days, like 3 days, I felt fine, and I was like, okay, hopefully the headaches are gone. But then like I ate something bad yesterday, like some old salmon I had in there, and I ate it, and then it was like the shit was, I think, kind of old, and I thought like, oh shit, I hope I don't come down with poison. So I took a few drinks, had a few drinks of XO Crown XO, and it had a couple beers, and then it like my head just started like pounding like back here and back here. So I don't know, man. It was crazy. So I mean, that made me feel like do, you know. So I was like, damn, can't take risk with seafood. Now you can't. Ugas will need some type of IV foiled 750 mil to help him run fast in the ring. He's not a runner though, bro. Chick Sicarelli, just because I enjoy the channel. Keep it up. Chick, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate the counter. Appreciate the counter love. Yeah, I love that XO. Yeah, it's cool. Philly Fly, it's cool, man. It's smooth and pack is about stamina. Make spinach, blueberries, and probiotic smoothies, and 1 egg and lime juice to make it creamy, not leafy. Stack up on your vitamin C's, vitamin D's, magnesium, and zinc to fight the C19. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Love the bro content. Love the channel, bro content. Always honest. Big up from the UK. More smoke, kind of punch to you. But yeah, Matthew Moore, I will definitely do that, man. It's yeah, it's been kind of a tough time because I mean the headaches last so long to the point it's like, yo, when is this shit gonna end? Like, please go away. I just want it to stop. Michael Nixon, Liverpool. Ain't that where Tony Bellew's from? That's some real thick accents over there, I tell you. That's the one, the Beatles. Is it true Ugas got torn bicep? I don't know. I don't know if it's torn. He might have injured it before, but I doubt it. Because if it was torn, he wouldn't be fighting. And if he's fighting with a torn bicep, I hate it for him because that definitely decreases his chances of winning. You know, so Barry Cootie, counterpunch to you. What's up, brother? Counterpunch. Do you know this Mike Key is wanting to fight? Do you know this Mike Key is wanting to fight Dad Fury? Who you got in what round, Kurt? Barry Cootie. I got it unanimous decision. I don't think it's going to be a knockout because you got two fighters. You know, I am interested to see what type of Pacquiao is going to come in. You need to learn your taste again. Sorry, my English. Okay. It was torn. He would hardly be able to. Yeah. I mean, that's true. If you're ever torn muscle, you would know he couldn't fight. Yeah, I couldn't even move. Like, I would have to like lay down and then kind of roll because I couldn't use these muscles. It's amazing what these muscles, that you use these muscles for. Showbiz bet 5,000 on Manny Pacquiao in the 9th round. Shit. Listen, let me tell you guys something. Gambling is one of the worst habits you could ever have. You don't want to get it's bad. You don't want that. You definitely don't want that. Corey McKnight, counterpunch, a counterpunch. Counterpunch to you, bro. Counterpunch, hey, counter to counter. Nothing wrong with countering the counter. That's how it is. Man, Porter sounded like he is not interested in the Crawford fight. Aries Murphy, you can't blame him. Shit, it's Terrence Crawford. Nobody wants to be that sacrificial lamb over there. They don't want that smoke. You got to think about it like that. Some people, if you give them a reason, they'll find an excuse. Real talk. Don't gamble if you have money. Don't gamble. Gamble if you have money. Don't if you only have pennies. Well, that turns you into a degenerate gambler, but still. Yeah, let's hit that like button, guys. Porter don't want to fight Crawford. You can tell he's unmotivated and he's not even promoting it. Yeah, because look, like I said, a lot of times people will find a way out of certain situations. If he don't want that fight, it's going to show. It's going to show. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. So at the end of the day, it's a thing that these fighters, you can't make them fight anything. Matt, I'm from the UK. Can anyone tell me what time they're in the ring? No, we really can't because based on the undercard, I don't think unless you get knockouts, fast knockouts, and that really doesn't mean much because they have a certain time slot. So even if they have let's say the co-main event is 12 rounds. Well, if you got a first round knockout, that doesn't mean they're going to push that fight out. It's going to be a little earlier, but it's not going to be that much earlier. If that makes sense. Oh, Europe time. Yeah, 4:30 probably. And that's crazy, man. Look, they got Keith Thurman getting all slick. Got him a haircut. I bet you his wife told him to cut his hair. Can you cut your hair for me, please? Just cut it for me, please. All right, baby, you got. I'll do anything you want me to do. You got that. Thanks. I'll stay up for it. I'm a huge Pac fan. Blaine Walker. Yeah, they'll do a lot of editing to fill the gaps. Yep, they'll do that. Look at Keith. Keith making it happen. Showbiz sponsor is BUSR, so he'll be promoting gambling, but it's always entertaining. Yeah, yeah, he's getting a vet. He has vested interest in doing so, though. You know, you can't really blame him at the end of the day. Again, look, Keith Thurman, man, I tell you, he's entertaining. I wonder, like, he hasn't fought since that fight. He hasn't fought since that fight. So you're like, wow, he wins, he gets $78,000. If he gets $78,000, I'd be like, hey, showbiz, let's hang out. The hell is what was Keith Thurman going on about? Somebody pissed him off. One time going in, I didn't catch him. Like I'd seen him get bucked, but then I'm like, weigh-ins is not as bad as like actual pay-per-view events. So, but it like they Kurt, have you ever think you and Showbiz do a link, or have I missed it already? I mean, we will. I mean, we can. I talk to him on a regular basis, here and there. Um, we could. I'm not against it. It's just like that. Everyone has their own um, schedule. You know, everybody has their own things and doing stuff like that. But everyone really pretty much has their own schedule. It's like he'll do a live show and stuff like that. So yeah, I won't have a problem with it. Maybe one day. Did you see the clip of Eddie Hall ripping his bicep and showing vids of his uh and or oh no, I didn't. Showbiz watches your channel, so he probably would hang out with you. Yeah, he watches it. Yeah. I just want to be here to fight. I am ready to do the interviews and get all the talking out of the way because when the bell rings, there will be no more talking. I will be ready to fight. I think it is the better thing to fight than to talk. Did you already talk about Uga's left bicep? I mean, I seen it. It looked hella large, man. Hella large. Like hella large. So looks like it had a lump or something. It did. It did like it looked bulged out. So if Ugas is injured, he just there for the paycheck. Yeah, pretty much. But look at it like this: if Ugas is injured and that bicep is like gonna cause problems, how mad could you be at Ugas? Because for one, it ain't like Ugas is the only one that did that. In fact, Manny Pacquiao did the same claim, right? Because my shoulder, I could not fight and throw many punches because of my shoulder. Remember that shit? So and the people gave him hell because they're like, well, why did you lie when you know you didn't have to? You didn't have to do that, but he did. So then people, tried to cover it up, gave him credit for at least taking the fight. Disclaimer for loss: if Ugas is injured, he is just there. But I don't think so. I just. How bad is a torn bicep? It's not torn, man. Look. He can use it. Um, it might have been something that happened before, but it's definitely something that probably was once an injury, but now it's fine. So I wouldn't worry about it. We will see if it's torn or not if he goes in there and not throw a punch or don't throw it as much as he used to. Kurt, what are your thoughts on Oscar fighting next month? I think it's great. I think Mike Tyson has really revived a lot of people's interest in boxing, especially fighters of yesteryear. So I think it's a very good way for him to um, come back because the way Oscar De La Hoya went out, he went out like he came and went. He had one of the like closest fights that a lot of fighters can never say that they fought. Floyd Mayweather. And then he gets embarrassed by Manny, but then it's like that's it. There's no comeback. There's no redemption. There's no hey, but this, hey, but that. But one thing you got to give Oscar De La Hoya credit for, he made no excuses. He's just like, hey, I couldn't pull the gun. I mean, he's a better man. One, it wouldn't, hey, something was wrong with me, my this, my that, because of this, because no, it was just like, hey, I couldn't do it. Greg T counterpunched to you. So I mean, Oscar, but I think Oscar could have fought a couple more times. He could have. So, but I mean, he decided to get out of the sport, and then plus on top of that, he was already a successful promoter and one of the biggest. Um, he had most of the talent. So who didn't go to Top Rank with the Golden Boy at the time. So All those fighters like the Garcias, the Wilders, they were all with Golden Boy once upon a time. So De La Hoya had them all. And you have to remember, like guys like Wilder, he started in '08. So, it's either should I focus on trying to make a comeback in the sport of boxing where I've already done enough in the sport, or pick up on this next adventure or this next chapter in my life was trying to be a promoter. And it wasn't him who was trying, he was successfully a good promoter. You think Oscar will wear that cat suit? It was fishnets, damn it. It wasn't a cat suit. That's cold. Nah, man, I don't even really talk about that much with De La Hoya, because the man was on drugs. He was all on all types of shit. So, I don't really harp on it because, you know, it's embarrassing. And I think he's had enough of that shit over the years. And you have to think about somebody like that type of shit coming out, getting out, De La Hoya and like fishnets and shit like that. He could always say it was photoshopped. I think it was photoshopped. Yeah, photoshopped. They can do that. They wanted to ruin my name. No, dude, you were wearing that shit. You remember when Floyd? Oh, this is how you champion walks around in fishnets, pantyhose, high heel shoes. This is what you do, man. This is what Oscar De La Hoya does. Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya. Running around, being drunk, on drugs, wearing women's clothes. That's what he does with it. That's what he does with his spare time. Had to go away to get off this methadone. 6 years. Hardest thing I ever had to do. Greg, you're not alone. I had one of my best friends got stuck, got on fucking methadone. And it was like the heart, because this was about 4 years ago. He had to like partially like detox at my house. And I tell you, man, it was like, sweating. He couldn't even move, or like he couldn't even get out. Like he was just so weak. And I was like, dude, what the, and I was like, dude, whatever you was taking, don't ever do that shit again, because it looked like it's so addictive, and it's just addictive as the. And he wasn't on like heroin or something like that. So it was like, why are you taking this shit? So you got on some old Michael Jackson shit. At methadone is like propofol, propofol type drugs, I am drinking my next level. It is an energy drink. It is not by Alex Arisa. I stay away from Alex now. God bless your friend. You know what, Greg T, I'm going to tell you, this guy did probably every drug known to man, but now for the last 2, maybe 3 years, he's been sober. He's a church going guy. He reads every morning, so he hasn't touched a drink probably since 2019, 18. He's 18 or 19. So he's been on a good, he's good. He's real good. So yeah, man, God bless him. Some of us finally figured out if we were stay alive long enough. Some of us will. Some of us will never, unfortunately, but you know. So, yeah, definitely. Pacquiao will not retire, I believe, until someone really shows him the door. If these fighters are really worth anything, that's the whole point. You see, now that they got that Canelo fight, they need something to stretch. Because if Canelo beats Caleb, Canelo's gone. Canelo's out. Now they're going to try to get him back from Jamal Charlo. But see, Canelo could counter with, who the fuck is Jamal fought and beat besides Deverenchenko? You know what I mean? Triple G fought Deverenchenko. He fights Triple G's leftovers. Canelo could pull up. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Well, you fight nobody, man. You know, he could do one of those. I mean, even though Jamal is undefeated, shit show is so is Boo Boo. Boo Boo's an undefeated fighter, but he ain't getting no respect. So like you have to do something to make Canelo fight you. You know what I mean? You don't have a belt he wants like Caleb Plant, because really Caleb Plant ain't done shit either. He's fought Uskateki and guys like that, you know, but Mike Lee, come on, who the fuck is Mike Lee? An undefeated I think he was undefeated, right? But nobody knew who he was. He's like Floyd. Nobody knows who the fuck you are. Nobody knows your name. What's your thoughts, Kurt, on the YouTube boxers taking a lot of attention the last 2 years? We are hoping Tyrone beats Jake Paul for fighters' sake, eh? Yeah, Matthew, that's right. You know? Because the YouTubers, man, they're making money, but it's just like. But you know, one thing people need to understand about the YouTubers, they're bringing a lot of casuals to the sport that probably wouldn't have been here in the first place. So to see them use a sport like that to bring people to the sport that normally wouldn't be there anyway is still an accomplishment by itself, because what they're doing, they're stacking real fighters in there. You know, so they're making it legitimate to a certain degree, because you can't say on this card of 4 fights, 2 of them are pros, or maybe 3 of them are pros out of the one main grudge match event or whatever. They can't say that it's not real fighting on that card. It's just the guys that are getting paid the most and people came to see, these casual YouTuber guys. Well, at the end of the day, they can still say, well, hey, we seen real fighters on this card. So it is kind of backwards. You think that you'd want to see the real fighters, but that's not how it works. Why? Because of fan base, because of the following. Pac should win a decision. John Ward, I'm for that. I think Pac will win a decision. John Ward, shout out. Kind of punch to you. I don't want to see Triple G fight Canelo again. I don't either. That's why I'm glad he got Plant. Make that fight happen. Jake Paul already trying to talk up a Canelo fight. That's not earned. Kurt, do you think there will be an upset with AJ against Usyk, or will AJ KO Usyk? AJ should do that early. Why, if he can. If he gets past 7 or 8 or 9 rounds, I don't see Joshua knocking him out. But I could be wrong, but I don't see that. I see then that belongs to Usyk, because Usyk has weathered the storm. He's seen everything that Joshua has to offer for him as a fighter, and he's going to exploit what he sees AJ doing. So if AJ decides to get tired, or if his stamina drops, that's his ass, because that's when Usyk's really going to come on. You got to slow down the bigger, stronger guy, right? If Canelo and Triple G fight again, Canelo walks him down and TKOs him in 10. He might do that in 8, but definitely by 10. The counter punching, he's going to work the body. He's going to know, hey, Golovkin hates it to the body. Fuck him off. Get him. Kurt, I'm really hoping Woodley comes to fight and has the boxing skills to send Jake Paul on his merry way. Just don't let Jake Paul hit you. You know, I think he's a big guy and he can punch for his size. Will the extra weight affect Usyk though? It could. It could affect him, but who knows? But I think he would like the weight. We'll see if he can carry that around. So that's a big question mark. But yeah, man, we got a fight with Manny Pacquiao, Yordenis Ugas. I got Pacquiao by decision if there's no knockout. If there is a knockout, I don't know who would knock out who. It depends. Um, I will be live for this fight. Just sharing a little time with you guys. It's been 45 minutes. The fight is on 147 pounds on the dot for Yordenis Ugas, 146 pounds for Manny Pacquiao. Thanks again for you guys. This has been the second live stream. You guys tell me what you think. Leave your comments below. And everybody, once again, has been counterpunching. Peace.